Hey guys, so NuDrums here. Got a quick little repair job that I literally have about 10 minutes to do. This is very short and to the point. Is a 1960s RoyalStar set of bongos here with its own stand. I got secondhand, and they're really cool and everything. But the only problem is that they don't really sit well on this stand. I hate to see them go, but I just don't use them enough to keep them. So I'm going to do a quick little modification in about 5 minutes. So the problem is, in this mechanism here that holds the bongos in place, it's like this thin kind of just piece of felt holding them up against this kind of like smooth metal surface. So if we go ahead and replace either part here, or not replace them, but just put a little bit of rubber matting, which I happen to have, called grippers. If I put a couple of these, cut them to shape and put them on there, and maybe affix a square piece onto the clampy bit itself, I don't know if you can see that very well, then I think this thing will stop moving around. What we're gonna need, other than our rubber, a little bit of contact cement, which I've already started stirring with a clean piece of wood here. I have also a little paintbrush, which I will show you in a minute, and some scissors. So the thing about these adhesive grips right here is that they come with a little adhesive pad on the back here that you're supposed to peel off, but the adhesion is terrible, so that's why I'm using contact cement. As long as you're careful, you don't have to worry about any kind of spillage, and I just found that the contact cement works really well on top of this stuff here. So let's get the easy stuff out of the way. I need a pair of scissors. If I can find scissors, that would be great, because I need scissors. There they are. Kind of a rough guide here. Got one piece for the clamping neck. I just cut a small piece here. I'm going to be gluing that on to here. I might have to scrape off the residual felt. It doesn't seem like it's put on very well anyway. Garbage. Then I'll put this one maybe like, I might get a new one actually, because I want the extra length. I'm going to line it up kind of like this, but first things first, we're going to go ahead and get this out of the way. Off our surface a little bit. So I got some contact cement on there. I'm just going to go ahead and paint it on there. You don't really need a lot. If this is wood, I've covered this before in some of my other videos. If you have wood or any kind of porous material, you're going to need more. If it's not porous, then you really don't need as much. I'm also going to take the shiny side, the sticky side here. You can see there's like a thin layer of adhesive. And just apply that. I'm not getting it on my fingers. I meant to film another project I did. I just fixed a tom arm that a not-for-profit, non-profit music organization contacted me, and they asked me if I could fix this tom arm because it was slipping out of the tom arm mount. I actually was able to fix that by putting a tiny little amount of this rubber backing using this actually the same technique here, and mounting it right on to the tube, so it made the diameter slightly thicker. I regret not filming it because that would have been great for like these little couple-minute projects here. So I'm just gonna let that dry for a second, and now we're gonna focus on this part here. I'm just gonna take my fingernail and see what I can get off. Like, I could go after this with a file if I wanted to and really get it clean, but seeing as I only have like 5 minutes to get this done, I'm gonna go ahead and just see if I can get the majority of it off. I could also use like epoxy, like a JB Weld or something like that. But I find with JB Weld it can get kind of messy and the adhesion's not as great. I think it'll be fine. You know, if the person I'm doing this for comes back and says it's kind of loose, then I might just go ahead and just redo it. But I'm just gonna do a little dab. Contact cement right there. And I'll do the same thing as I did before with the other piece of rubber. Just gonna take off that backing. Let me brush on contact cement. Now while we've been doing this, the contact cement on the metal and the other rubber piece is now tacky. So what we're gonna do is we're going to apply this guy. So again, I think I've talked about this in a lot of my videos before. You want to make sure that you line this up properly. You only really get one shot. And I get a gauge of where this is going to go. Right up there. And now I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. The other piece here, because we're supposed to clamp this in place, and this whole thing is a clamp, so it actually kind of works out that we have a clamp, a really handy clamping mechanism. And you just put this bongo, sit it right in there, okay, and then push it down, make sure this is square. Clamp. And tighten that up. See that? Tighten it up. Okay. There. Hopefully that'll hold. I'll give it a little bit better grip. If that doesn't work, then I'm thinking that I have to put a little bit of wood inside this mount. So I don't know. We'll go ahead and have a look. If it's still shaking around a little bit, then I'm gonna go ahead and just contact my friend, and then we'll go from there, I think. But yeah, that's like a 5-minute little repair job there. Remember to put all your tools and things away, and yeah, happy drumming.